Okay, so Deadly Assault reset. There's a few things. Let's see. First of all, uh, clearly, I went a little further. But the thing is, so I mentioned earlier in one of my other videos that with Yuzuha, when her banner got here, I did a 10 pull when the pity was full, so it was 90, right? So I was 90 from pity because I had just gotten the unit before Senna. So I came here and my strategy was like every unit that comes out like that I kind of want, like there's like I'm kind of interested and I'm kind of there's something I need to pull for sure. So Yuzuha came by. I was like, okay, it'd be nice to have a Yuzuha copy. I'll do a 10 pull and then I'll move on. That way, like every time a unit comes out that I kind of want, all I did was spend 10 pulls on them, and some of them I'll get and some of them I won't. So like when Nangong Yu comes out, I'm gonna do a 10 pull and then move on because I don't really need her and I don't really want her. But I could use her and she doesn't look too bad. So I'm gonna do a 10 pull and then we'll move on. So if I get her in that 10 pull, that means all I spent was 10 on her. And if I didn't get her, that's awesome because then it just carries over to the next person, right? So this way, by cutting it off like this, it kind of like, I mean, it's like I mentioned earlier last time, it's kind of copium math, but in a way, it's kind of like every unit that comes out, every unit you get, you only spend about 10 pulls on them, right? Kind of. But clearly, I've been baited into a lot more. So I did the 10 pull, I got her. And I kept doing more because after a while it was like one more, maybe I'll get her again, maybe I'll get another one, maybe I'll get another one, and it never happened. But I'm at the point where I'm seriously considering just pulling the second copy because her first Mindscape gives you this effect here. So now every time, like in Deadly Assault, one of the most irritating things about her in Deadly Assault is you can't start off with her EX special because she doesn't have enough energy. You have to wait to build that up, which means that her buffs aren't active for the first like 5 or 6 or whatever, however many seconds it takes to build up the EX special. So this patches that up as well as reducing their attribute resistance from all sources by 10%, and then boosting her passive. Right now, I don't have Yuzuha's weapon, so her anomaly mastery isn't high enough to maximize her buffs. So her buffs at maximum at base are 20%. Increase it by 130 means that her buffs, she gives out a 26% anomaly damage and a 26% disorder damage buff. Because mine are capped, because I don't have her at max anomaly proficiency, the problem is my buffs only give out 14%. So she only gives out 14% anomaly damage and 14% disorder damage. With this buff, it boosts her up to like 18%. So I'm hitting 18%, which isn't too bad because when we consider her weapon, pulling her weapon, which is an entire pity unto itself, right? Another cost point or whatever you can call it. You know how I put the cost at the top of the title. Pulling her weapon adds one more cost to it, which is what you need to max out her buff. So pulling her weapon gets her up to 20%, and it has various other buffs and all that kind of stuff. But for the same cost that it would be to get her weapon, now it's not exactly the same because her weapon, first of all, it's a 75-25 pity on her weapon, so there's a higher chance you'll get her weapon. And I think the weapon banner is 80 to pity, where the character banner is 90, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember. You think I would, but whatever. Anyway, the point being is that like you get a little bit more benefits from her M1, I feel, than her weapon. Not to mention, I think the fact that like the Weeping Cradle ends up being such a significantly, maybe not better, but I already have 2 copies of this, and eventually you're gonna get more copies throughout the progress of your account. And this will probably outpace her weapon in terms of just damage. And like I said, this M1 boosts her passive ability up to 18%, where I used to be 14. Now, if I have her weapon, it boosts it up to 26%, which is a huge difference. But again, I'd rather just have this than that because not only does it give me this, it also gives me the stepping stone into this. I'm explaining a lot for no reason here because we're just going to go into do the deadly assault. But the other thing is when Yuza has the first mind skip is a stepping stone to Mindscape 2. The Mindscape 2 is important because whenever she does her heavy attack or EX special, all this other stuff, everybody in the squad gains another 15% damage boost, which is fantastic, obviously, plus another 15% build-up rate, which is, again, good. But as you guys all know, like my favorite character in this game is Jane Doe, so I try to do everything I can to make Jane Doe better. So whenever she does a heavy attack, which is what her EX special does, it gives her a forced chain attack to the person she swaps into, which again, as I just mentioned, is Jane Doe. That means that not only does Yuzuha have enough energy to start off every fight with her EX special, that leads in to a chain attack with Jane Doe, which in turn means that Jane Doe starts off every fight in her passion state, because chain attacks trigger her passion state. And then lastly, the other thing is, this also gives her sugar point, which is whatever, but Yuzuha's basic attack hard candy shot cooldown. I'm pretty sure this is the off-field, because off-field she hits the enemy with her little thing. I'm pretty sure this means that off-field, her basic attacks, they're more frequent, because the cooldown is reduced by 25%, which means that they're more frequent, which in turn means that she can utilize this damage buff more often. Because right now I think there's gaps. Like, for the most part, this stays active for most of the fight, but I'm pretty sure there's gaps in between when it's like active and when it's not. So anyway, this is a whole lot of copium to say. We're gonna start this video off. We're gonna drop 30, 32, whatever, and we're gonna see if we get her. If not, no worries, because at this point I still have a 50-50, so I could lose the 50-50, but I could win it. So we're just gonna send it and see what happens. Yeah, we'll see. If I lose the 50-50, it's not bad. Oh, so we got it. So let's. I didn't have to spend as many as I thought as I did. I mean, we're still kind of close to pity, so we didn't win out as much as you would have thought, but we'll see. Like I said, if I lose the 50-50, there's no worries. It's fine. I'll stop summoning after that, because I really don't want to go all the way down to another pity for just the second copy of Yuzuha. It would just be nice to get the second copy, or this is the third copy now, but it would be nice to get the third copy of Yuzuha, specifically because now I don't have to pull for Yuzuha ever again for the rest of my life. She's complete. Because the way it is now, there we go, we got her. So we won two 50-50s in a row, mind you. Because again, I pulled for Sunna, that was a guaranteed. I didn't have a 50-50 at that point because I lost a 50-50 somewhere else. So it was guaranteed for Sunna. I did a 10 pull on Yuzuha, got her within, that 10 pull. I didn't lose that 50-50, and now here's another one that I didn't lose a 50-50 on. So pretty cool. We got pretty lucky. Unfortunately, this probably means we're going to lose a bunch of 50-50s next time. But like I said, Nang on you, I'm probably going to drop 10 on her, just for the sake of it. And we're just going to skip the rest of this because we already know what we got. Awesome. So we do still have a decent amount. I don't know if we have pity yet. We do have a lot of these, and this gives me 26 summons. So as long as 90 whatever equals 75 summons, or we have 25, so I need 65 summons. We have another 90, another pity in the bank. So yeah. Let's go over here. And here we go. Let's activate her thing here. So now that just, again, the main thing is it smooths out her curve with Jane Doe, and Jane Doe is kind of like I said, the main unit that I care about in this game. So that's kind of the main advantage. Otherwise, let's go back here. So to celebrate getting her, not too bad. I didn't have to go down to pity. I just dropped another 10 pull. I mean, I dropped like in total maybe, I don't even know if I actually reached 90 in total summons on that banner, but I got lucky regardless. So we'll just do this one first here. Anomaly, all attribute resistance dropped by 10. So this is kind of, it's anomaly generally, but obviously we see that there's ether resistance focus. Build-up rate increased by 15%. Okay, I mean, there's no reason to really read the whole thing. This is one of the things where it's like, with these buffs, a lot of times it's like, you can read the whole thing, but it doesn't really matter. Like, you look at here, crit damage, attack speed, okay, just, if you're using an attack team, just use it. There's really no reason to be like, what are the particulars? But sometimes I like to look at them. It's just mainly to express to a lot of people who are like, oh, you don't read anything. It's like, wait, just because there's no need to. The Jane Doe build has changed a little bit. One of the reasons why I wanted the M2 for her specifically was because I did want this anomaly build-up rate up by 15%. Because my Jane Doe build has changed to the point where I'm no longer running Anomaly Mastery here. Again, you probably should. I'm not going to evangelize swapping off of Anomaly Mastery on this one. But recently, I got the, where's the shop? I'm like, I'm just wasting everybody's time here, but, the store, where's the store? recently I just got the enough of these puzzle pieces to buy enough of these pieces to buy weapons. So that's why it says, well, can you buy unlimited? Oh, there are unlimited. Anyway, I recently just bought that, got all my little puzzle pieces together, and now Jane Doe is sitting at an M2 on her weapon. So again, I'm kind of looking at this long term in the sense that eventually her weapon will have 80% buildup here, which means that her anomaly mastery is already, because even right now, like you'll see when I'm playing against the Unfathomable, you run up against the internal cooldown a lot. Like the bar will be full to trigger assault, but she won't trigger it because the last cooldown is still wearing off the cooldown, because you can only trigger assault so many times in a row. I think there's like an internal 3-second cooldown or something, and we're already hitting up against that. So like I said, this is patching that up a little bit. Yuzuha's M2 is also giving her a little extra anomaly application, and then that's not including. Is it here? Yeah, and we get another 15% from this. So because we're getting so much, I just swapped her over to this. May as well. But this is her build. The nominal mastery is low, obviously. The 420, you kind of have to hit that as a baseline. And then attack is kind of just whatever. And then to not saturate attack, because we're already getting a bunch of attack from her set as well as Yuzuha. I went with, and then again, we're saturating physical damage, because right now this used to be 36, now it's 45, and the more weapons I get, this is eventually going to reach like 75 or something. Plus the 10% from this, and then the set also gives another 35. Now here it doesn't specify physical damage bonus, so physical damage bonus and additional damage might not be the same thing. So take that. Like I said, I just don't know is the problem. They could be similar, but they could not. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But just to be safe, I decided to start saturating pen ratio, just diverting stats into that. So that's why the build is the way it is. Yeah, so these pieces aren't too bad. +3, +1, but also +3. So this is a +5. Another +2 down here with a +1. This one could be replaced. This one's not too bad. The only way to be better is just to get these 2 rolls into attack percentage. And then this one, again, +3 attack, +1 proficiency, and then +3 here. So that's her set. We'll put her. Oh, I thought I was in the team selector. So we'll see how this team does. I don't know why I'm doing this manually. Vivian, I was going to choose them just to show you the build. This is Vivian's build. These are her substats or her skills or whatever. Substats on these: +3, +3, +3, +2, +2, +1 and 1. This one could be replaced, but I don't grind a lot for Vivian. This is all just kind of, all these discs for Vivian are just what's left over from all my time grinding that domain for Sambi, just the Shadow Harmony set. So that's why that's the way it is. And then obviously we have Yuzuha. Just as much you want to hit 3,000 attack. And once you hit 3,000 attack, go for as much anomaly proficiency as you can. Obviously, you want to hit as much anomaly mastery as you can, but you can't max it out without her weapon. So yeah, here we are. Here, I'm actually debating. I'm kind of stuck between continuing to run Robin, because if you run Robin, it forces his active skill to do is it spades? Anomaly. We don't have a stun or an attack, so anomaly. So it forces him to do crowns. And the crowns do ether and ether damage anomaly buildup, which isn't bad, but you know what I mean? It's like, it helps Yuzuha out, but arguably this one might be better, because it also builds it builds a lot of anomaly as well as a stun meter. But yeah, I don't know. It's right now I just run Robin because Robin's a 5-star and I already invested way too much into him. Like I have a 5-star copy of him, and this is a 4-star. Again, we still might get better results with that one, but yeah, we'll see. That should be everything. So we'll see how this goes. Again, I think to some degree, running Jane on Anomaly Mastery Disc 6 is still probably the best way to go. But I'm just kind of looking forward and seeing how that is. So we'll see how she does now. I might do a second run with her Anomaly Disc 6, but yeah. There we go. So now we have Passion State, and we're, you know, we're chilling. Oh, I wasted that EX special. Man, you get a chain attack every time. That's crazy. I can't find a good time to use her ult because you want to patch up. Like whenever her passion state is down, you want to patch that up by using her ult. But because Yuzuha now activates the chain attack every time, it's kind of hard to like figure out when to do it. I like using this ult during stun because, again, while ults don't like do that much damage for anomaly characters, because they don't have crit and all that stuff. Yeah. I'm too busy like managing all these meters to see how much my assaults are triggering for, so I can't like. I can't tell how the performance is. I can see the does that... Does that take away my points? Do I get points for that? Even though I got hit by that? Because I dodged it. I just... We'll have to go back and look at that. Hopefully I didn't lose any points for that. Oh my gosh. The constant chain attacks is ridiculous.
Found your weakness. Here's a taste of the abyss.
It also means that you can let the ult fly a lot easier than you used to be able to.
I'll make it painless.
We just ult her for no reason. May as well. And we get another one. I thought it was only like... Yeah, I severely underestimated how many chain attacks we'd get out of that. So not only that, but it just insanely patches up her Jane Doe's whatever. That's crazy. Which means that we don't have to do double chain attack with Jane Doe. I mean, it's probably still better at the end of the day, but... What I want to do is... I already spent way too much time at the beginning of this video talking about whatever. But now what I'm curious to see is this team still... would this team outperform what's her name, Yixing Wang, because she is physical weak, and obviously even though crit damage anomaly is kind of the main thing that she's weak against, it'd be interesting to see how that affects all of it. Anyway, let's see how long I've been recording for. 18. I might do another one. Combat data. Jane does a lot of days. Anomaly build up. So most of the build up came from Jane, but most of the damage still came from Vivian, which is I find kind of interesting. Partially Vivian's damage is scaled off of Jane's damage. So that's important to like factor in. But yeah, that's interesting. And we didn't get all the points, so we could have gotten further. I'm gonna try. We'll just do it again. But yeah, that's actually kind of insane that how many passion states we get because of the new Yuzuha unlock. So awesome. While we're here, I think we'll swap this over. See if we see. Well, let's see. Where is it? Is this the one I want or this one? Why are there two? Oh, this is the attack and this is mastery. Okay. So we're gonna do this. Do I have a +3 anomaly? I have a +2. Is that enough? Okay. That should be fine. Okay, we're gonna run this and we're gonna see how this does. If I run into like I'm constantly hitting the barrier and I'm not triggering the assault procs, then I'll know for certain whether it's this or not. So. Okay.
Careful.
Look at that. It's a beautiful thing. Come on, give me something to block.
Let's make this quick.
We're just gonna
Final act.
We're just gonna ult here because why
begins
not?
now.
I literally just got past this state too, which is pretty annoying. I don't know how I didn't dodge that. Man, I'm not paying attention. I'm like looking at all the meters.
Wanna know what
Because now I have to pay attention to my to Jane Doe's. I have to pay attention to Jane Doe's passion state because swapping to Yuzuha will refresh her passion state. So I need to be sure when I'm triggering that.
careful? I bite. Wanna know what lurks in the darkness? Don't get sloppy.
It's not that bad,
The abyss.
but we are kind of running up against that the trigger.
Sorry.
Ah, I just wasted EX energy. That wasn't my fault that I ran back into that. That's so annoying. Like, you can dodge the initial, but if you run back into it, you take the L on that. So, that's pretty annoying. We'll just go here. Even though Jane has max passion state, you know, it doesn't hurt to do a chain attack.
I bite. Let's make this quick. Hit him where it hurts. Wanna know what lurks in the darkness? I'll make a case. Careful. I bite.
I feel like this is going a little better than before, but I don't know. It's hard to tell. I don't think I saw a single
Lurks in the
assault proc last time to know how much damage I was doing, which is kind of annoying.
You're the prey.
Like, I don't know how big the procs are compared to how much they were before, is my point that I'm trying to make.
Careful. I bite.
Yeah, we're spending way too much time just running up against that barrier. Just getting kind of on my nerves a little bit. Let's go see how we did. So we got full points, so we should have had an easier time getting higher than last time. So we only got, even though we got that extra 1,600 points, we just barely beat out the other one. So I'm pretty sure the other build is better. So I'm just gonna swap over back to that one. So that was kind of that. Let's see how much time we have. I think we have enough time that I might just send it one more time using the Yixing Wong team. So we're just gonna reset this stage. Crit damage, attack specialty 10%, basic attack, defense ignore, ultimate, and the stun. Then we're just gonna go with this one. So we're just gonna come in here because here's the thing. Now because of Yuzuha, this really buffs the team's number. So Jane is a 1 cost plus her weapon's another cost. I got her other weapon for free, so that one doesn't count. Yuzuha has another cost. That's a 3-point team. Yuzuha by herself now boosts this up to a 6-point team. When we look at her, it's her weapon, Zhao, and Senna. So this is now a 4-cost team, and this team might easily outperform the 6-cost Jane team, which again, it's mainly just because Jane is like, it's not to say she's dragging the team down, but it's basically what she's doing. Now this is a 5-cost team if I run this weapon, but I also just like to run this weapon more often than not. So we're gonna run it on this. We're gonna run a 4-cost team. We'll see how this does. Yeah, she's not optimized for this team, obviously. Like we saw earlier, the anomaly bonuses that she gets from the boss herself, and all that kind of stuff is going to be in the way. But yeah, so let's take a look at what happens. You really have to animation cancel a lot of Senna's like more stupid animations because like she just sits there doing nothing. It's really irritating. I dodged that. Don't lie to me. Okay, did we just lose all the Did we get 17 off of that? Yes, we did. Did we lose all the damage from the last part of that ult? If we did, that's kind of irritating. Wow, that dodge. Why is your dodge so big? We'll just ult here. Get the second half. Everybody's animations take so long. We're like almost reaching Jane Doe's damage. So if we had not missed that other ult and this ult, we probably would have matched Jane Doe. Now, Jane Doe has a slightly higher ceiling because I have to go back and put on her old gear, do all that kind of stuff, and we'll see from there. But yeah, clearly, Yexing Wang just like dumpsters everybody. So that's kind of the main thing. Where are we looking at on time? Yeah, that'll be it for today. You guys saw that we could do this one pretty easily with Jane Doe. Even obviously, even without having Yuzuha, like the crazy, whatever that she is now, the crazy monster, she just flattens out Jane Doe's curve a little more. Because originally, Jane Doe has kind of like spikes when she has Passion State. The better player you are, the more you can maintain Passion State throughout the entire fight. But there's times where, like, there's nothing you can do because the boss just refuses to go a long stretch without attacking you. Because to maintain passion state, you have to kind of do dodge counters and all this other stuff. But there'll be times where the boss just refuses to do the thing you need, so then your passion state runs out, and now it's an entire like, I don't know how long. I mean, maybe 5-6 seconds of damage that you just can't. You're not doing as much damage as you should be because you don't have passion state, right? So yeah, she just helps kind of flatten out that curve. So now instead of just having peaks, it's always at that same level it was before. So it doesn't drop is the point. So we kind of flatten out the peaks and get rid of the valleys. I guess you can kind of say it like that. Which I find it kind of interesting that her build before so with Anomaly Mastery, it took away a lot of her damage and took away a lot of Yuzuha's damage and gave it to Jane on the ending report. I guess this one. What did I have here? Did I have this? Yeah, I did have this. At the ending report, it took a lot of Jane's damage and gave it to Yuzuha. Because the first time when I had this build on, her and Yuzuha had about the same damage. She was like 43, Yuzuha was 44%. The second one, a lot of it was Jane, and not that much of it was Yuzuha. So I'm just curious what that means. Largely, I'm pretty sure it just means that because, again, Yuzuha's a bloom scale off of Jane, that's probably why. Because Jane wasn't popping as hard, she still got more pops off, probably. But Yuzuha wasn't allowed to shine as much because Jane's pops weren't as big as they could have been. So it's kind of interesting. But, regardless. So that's it for today. I'll see you guys in the next video. It should be this one. This is the one I'm going to bring the Yixing Long team. Save and exit. Yes, and we'll put this here. And then here, crit damage. Obviously, well, actually, that's kind of funny because I can't use what's her name here, though. Ultimately, I'm pretty sure I could still use agent's attack. So there's no, well, it's not that there's no rupture, but there's no like rupture specific one. So that's kind of interesting. I kind of figured this would be good for rupture, which it is. Just this extra attack doesn't help rupture very much. Yeah. So I mean, honestly, you could use either one of these. That's pretty interesting to think about. 30% ult damage, more attack. And enemies stunned, they get more damage multiplier. What is this one? Agent crit damage increases by 30%. Attack agents with attack specialty increased by 10%. Basic attack is 15 plus enemy defense ignore. I'm probably still going to go... Oh, come on. Stop lagging. With this one. And I'll probably show off the... where is she? This build. Now, obviously, Yixing Wang's using her, so I'm probably going to swap her off for... No one's using... Well, actually, you know what I might end up doing is over here running dial-in because I can. Yeah, we'll save that there. And then over here, we'll run... where is it? This team. Yeah, that sounds like it'd be better to do. Save and exit. So anyway, yeah, that'll be for next time. See you guys in the next video.